Alright guys, it's gonna be a live game of me playing Rek'sai on my challenger account. This is just gonna be your, in-depth live gameplay where I'm just gonna kind of talk about everything, that I think is important for you guys to play Rek'sai and just in general be better at jungling. So for starters, we're gonna just do the standard blue smite with Trinket Warrior against Viego. So Viego's generally like a bit of a tougher matchup if he's actually good, but if he's not good, then it's a very simple matchup. You don't have to worry too much about it. So for starters, we always look at the lane. We always look at lane matchups. Our team versus their team. So our team, our top side is we have the Kled Ignite versus Adarius Ghost Flash. So Ghost Flash, it's really punishing if the guy top lane dies when he doesn't have TP, and that's what we're always talking about, punishing, the very volatile lanes. As the Rek'Sai, you want to understand like what is a volatile lane. Melee versus melee top sides are volatile, and then when they go Igniter, they go non-TP abilities, that makes it even more aggressive. So generally, if your team has the Ignite, you are favored in the top side 2v2. So here we're just pretty much guaranteed to do well if we pad top side, as long as Viego doesn't reach top side before us. Also, balling is range support versus range support. Usually early game, those are like pretty even lanes because neither one really has gank set up. So there isn't too much going on in that kind of lane situation. So we don't really look for that till like after our first clear. Also mid, we have Ziggs versus Ari. Our Ziggs, generally he doesn't really set up that well for ganks, so we just kind of have to think about like who sets up well for ganks. And which lanes are easy for us to gank and stuff like that. So here I always opt in, I favor the 3 camps instead of trying to do like a super fast top timing. I do personally favor just, get all 3 camps. Just so we can be level 3 in case Viego tries to invade us at red. And we can just be prepared to fight him if he tries to, challenge us here. Usually, as long as you skip Raptors, it's generally pretty hard for the Viego to make it all the way here. So we don't have to worry too much. We just have to smite. Always use your W sensor. You can track. And it'll generally let you know if, like, the Viego's actually coming for you. So here, top is actually getting pushed in. It's looking more like, not so much gank, but more of a counter gank angle, where Viego's... Oh, we actually were killed here, but I think we trade. A bit low on HP. We should have used our smite on the red, so we would have been full HP. We would 100% win that. Still overall not bad. I could have possibly flashed instead of going for like that last auto, but it's not bad. Double buffs top side is obviously really good for us. It's generally pretty simple. It's a pretty obvious situation, Viego would want to be there. We both wanted to be there. So we just have to keep that in mind. Here we just want to get the crab before Viego, because we do want to stay in top side. And we're able to get that crab, so we're good to go. Here I want this guy to fight, because I'm going to be here before the Viego can possibly be there. And we get the flash and really guarantee the top side's winning here. So, all in all, it was a good trade. What I would have made adjustments is we just wait a bit longer and we try to get the smite on the... We try to get the smite on... I think you should base, my man. We try to get the smite on the red so we're full HP, and then if we face check Viego, we will win the fight. If level 3, full health, Rek'Sai will beat Viego with Conqueror. It just naturally will occur like that. Even if he gets a full charge Q, which he would most likely get, or if you full charge W, you still would win that fight. You just have to make sure you combo correctly after the stun effects wear off. So here, most likely Viego's going straight boss side. Here we still want to continue dominating topside like we are already. But we don't want to waste our time and not be able to clear bot side, because bot side camps are important to clear. Crab, not so much. It's not a really important thing to clear. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious he's going to be there. Not too much benefit for us to counter gank that because we still have too much time we have to clear. That's just a mistake on our bot lane's part. You don't have to worry too much as a jungler because we already put all our, you know, tempo into top side. That's just a situation we can't really affect. And we're just going to get a good base off and reset here. You know, really, I will say the timing when this matchup becomes really volatile is level 6. When you're 6, honestly, just flashing, doing your Q flash combo on the Viego will definitely be a one-shot. So it's just a great combo to use and utilize. Here we're continue our path top side, but we're going to take it in more a gradual pace. We're not going to, you know, we'll just go directly into it. We're just going to see kind of how the river situation is playing. It seems like there might be a dive here, so we are pathing up with our Ziggs. This guy is no flash. So that's a great kill for us. Somehow Ziggs is the one ganking instead of me, but you know what? I can't hate it. Throw some love for my Ziggs mid moving. Making moves, you know, on the enemy team. Here we're just gonna, you know, river pink for our Kled. We just really want our Kled to be the one to control the game through just, you know, volatile top matchups. It's like when you win that one lane, it's important to not like let go of that grasp of it. You really want to keep dominating it and punishing it. Continue the pressure of it until you feel like you've gotten enough from it. Like Rek'sai is just a champ that, you know, I will say that just completely, you know, takes away any chance top can have at like playing League of Legends. So here what I actually want to do is I want to use Kled ulti to kind of just pressure here. I don't want to waste ulti just yet, but maybe I will. Or not Kled ulti, but Rek'sai ulti. Give some respect to maybe a Viego possibly being up here. Other than that, you know, we see Viego boss side. We're just gonna play for the Herald now. You know, you win top one way by through ganks. What do you do after? You either play for Herald or you play for plates. And if that's all down and all that's already been taken, then you play for their camps as well. Playing for their topside camps when your top laner has a push is a great way to win. You know, it's very good to be diverse. You know, sometimes situations it's not going to be really easy to gank bot. That's just not a good lane to gank, so. You just have to adjust and adapt to like the situations that will definitely occur in the game. It's really, and you know, these are lanes that are volatile. You know, some top matchups are just pretty much AFK farm lanes that we really aren't going to worry too much about. But you know, other matchups, you know, usually top matchups, you know, usually involving tanks are more like neglectable. But these top matchups that involve ignites versus ghosts, melee versus melee, these are volatile, and it's important to either, you know, gank them first if your ball lane is not like a really easy ganking lane, or is to just, you know, to make those kind of like adjustments too. Here we're not going to waste too much time of just like forcing hard top. You know, forcing hard top ganks when we don't think it's like necessary. You know, Kled is already winning, and on top of Kled already winning, we already have a decent buy. But because Viego's still bot side, we actually will visit top again. Hopefully, I wish he just would give me a little piece of that cake, but you know. He's trying to tell me not to drop Herald. I don't even need to. have chat on to understand what I should or should not be doing. The audacity of him to even type that, like I'm a fuck, like I'm a, this is my first rodeo, you know, like come on. I've been down this cakewalk many times. I know how to snowball that top lane. So here balling is I assume this guy has ulti, so I don't want to commit too hard. And we just kind of make the whole road trip from top to bot, and this is just a straight one shot. We have too much gold. Ideally, we'd base here, but what we're just gonna do is a little greed base here, where we just base here, make sure we get the crab. This is a neutral objective, so if anything, there's more likely they will take this. But we're going to be ones taking it, and we're just going to base afterwards, and we're good to go. Balling's winning too. You know, we won through the lanes that were more challenging, but what we did this game was 100% correct way to play the game. Balling, it was a lane to be ignored early game. There were timings where we could probably visit later, but, you know, I just made the executive decision not to go there and just continue dominating top so that their options are, you know, much more limited. And that's just exactly how you want to play the game. Just want to take as much as you can, because even if your bot's getting smashed, for example, in another game, the fact that you're getting kills topside and you're getting gold through plates is a fundamental important part, because it will allow you to somehow, you know, eventually retake the boss side fights when you feel strong enough. For like when I had the Prowler's Claw, that's when I feel really strong. That's when I would say, you know what, maybe I'll have a chance to gank bot now. Or maybe my top laner will use his TP or his timing to move to help bot as well. You know, it's about, eventually these situations will occur. So you just have to recognize and keep that in mind. There, I mean, I should have maybe Paul's Claw a bit earlier, but no harm, no foul. They are very deep in their base. We're just keeping them kind of zoned off. In situations like this, we always want to check their camps. We don't want to overextend too much. We just take value from whatever gold we can. Check his red. Red's down. Okay, we're going to check his Krugs. Our top side is pushing, but it's okay. You know, they don't really need us necessarily to do this. You know, they're strong enough to fight if they can. So here we're just kind of, I'm gonna make sure we maximize our gold by going bot, and just be like influencing as many lanes as possible. Kind of, this is like the dagger in the back. You know, this really would just hammer it down that like they have no options, and now I can easily play for Dragon while my team can either, you know, get out or just play for the fight as well. Personally, I think they should leave. But Clyde is so strong that they could probably win that fight. But then again, I would not take the fight if I was them. But Clyde's he's a maniac. He's gonna take it. Here we just keep taking his champs. You know, we could have our camps up, but it's more valuable to take the enemy camps. What you have to remember is when you're really strong and you're ahead as a team too, it's really important to make sure you're taking the enemy camps. You have to think about it like this. When you take enemy camps, it's like double value. You're literally, you're getting twice the gold from it than just farming your camps. Because not only are you gaining gold, you're also eliminating gold from the enemy team. So these counter jungles later in the game are worth double value. Early game counter jungles are more like hit or miss, in my opinion. They can be good, but they can also be like not worth your time. Just generally how the game usually plays out like that. Here we don't want to greed. I think Ziggs needs to be careful. We're just opt into our base. Unfortunately, we're a little short on gold. So we're just going to sit on the Ruby and wait a bit. Continue setting our like Rek'sai Express. Here we're going to adjust it to have our tunnel system, take us to both hex gates. It's just one of those maps where you want to set it up. Once the hex gates actually spawn, you want to just set up the tunnel system in that way. Now we just continue playing aggressive. You know, Kled is doing his job. He will be able to handle the situation very well, so we're not going to actually go too much here. Instead, we're just going to see what's Vayne up to. If maybe she was farming bot side or something like that. But instead, she's not, so we're just going to push out the wave again. Do the same thing we were doing before, but this time we're not going to stay bot side. We're just going to build a slow push. A slow push is when you kill the wave, but you don't completely push it in. So what happens here is the wave starts to build. And it lets you siege tower where a bigger wave can possibly appear here. Here we just do the Rek'sai combo, and it's a one-shot. And we just siege the mid here. They're actually quite low, maybe diveable as well. Watch out for the Ari charm, but it's not good enough to hit it on us. But here, this is going to be a siege. So now at this point, we're definitely playing a siege here. They are getting resets, so you have to respect that bit. And no reason for me to die as well. You know, Draymond playing like the person he is. He's a bit of a maniac. Not much we can do about that if he wants to flash in for no reason. We just have to let him be psycho. Maybe we can turn with Kled, possibility. Might be hard though, but I am willing to go for this. But if not, we should back out. Again, it's about playing these games cleanly. Obviously, Draven should not flash in like that. That was his choice he made. We just ignore it. We just make sure we get our item buy and just try to be aggressive as possible on the map. Here, they're actually trying to cheese us, so Draven needs to be careful. I don't want him to get caught because Rek'sai passive allowed us to see exactly what was going on in there. And it looked like there was a big siege in there. Here we're just going to follow the Kled into battle. We're just going to back up now. Here I'm going to probably go aim for my reset at this point. I'm just a bit too low to actually be on the map and be really impactful, so we're just going to get our base off. Try to tell them to not continue this until we're back on the map. It's definitely a Merc game because just the enemy team comp here. We've set up another our tunnel system once again. We have the Hex Gate instantly. You know, it's efficient. It's very efficient. If it wasn't for the Hex Gate, I would set up a trio just to go down mid. Speeds up the clear a bit. Team keeps throwing, going down mid when we're not in position, but you know, that's solo queue. There was always going to be throws all the time. So we play for Dragon. We just try to not let our team just keep inting like this. You know, Dravens are psychos. They're literally maniac players. You can't control them. They don't play off brain or intelligence. They play off pure IC champion. I flash in, I wall them. And you know, that's just how it is. So we just have to make the best out of it. That's a bit of a tunnel bug. Occurs every now and then over thick walls. That's why you gotta be a little careful when you set up your tunnel system. You don't want it to overly have it. You don't want it to be at risk of like potentially being gapped like that. Just always watch out for that. Here Baron is up, so we're gonna be playing for Baron side. Baron's 22nd. Kled needs to be careful. There's going to be 20 people there. Here we just want to play for the Baron. We want to play for Baron vision. We also want to play to pressure, you know, the Baron area. We don't have sweeper up, but we're just going to wait a bit. Wait for our team to group up. So we can continue pressuring for Baron. Team's a bit far. They should just use the Hex Gate, but you know, it is what it is. Some players, not a big fan of Hex Gates. Here now at this point, we want to pressure because Baron is up. The game, you know, game kind of changes a bit. It doesn't really become just play for camps and stuff. It's now a place for more to be aggressive and push the enemy team in. And you know, kind of make them make a mistake. You want to push the vision out really hard. You just want to keep poking them. And we just go back mid wave. Here we actually push the wave in. Should just get off. Okay, now we win. So now it's just a good game. I'm gonna get the Baron and we're gonna get the game. We just played really patient, we were really slow. We always push in the mid wave before we want to start the Baron. Pushing in the mid wave is a key for getting Baron. It just allows you to understand that the enemy team is not catching the wave, so maybe they're in the jungle, or maybe they're approaching. It also forces the enemy team to show, and it gives you a lot more information on how you want to start the Baron. So it's a very fundamental thing when you want to do Baron. Just play around that kind of information. Here we're going to get our last few items. Because the game is getting close to the end, we're just going to go for value items. So we're just going to get a BF, and we're going to wait for our stopwatch. Other items I would favor in this situation, because I would say their damage is quite split even. Going straight into DD or Maw doesn't feel great. So what I would go for is either I would favor like a cleaver here, which I think it's good because two beefy champs, or we just go into like a GA and just hope to try to win through, like, you know, a fast snowball. You know, both is good. It just really depends on how you want to play. This game I favor the GA stopwatch because I think there's a big push coming up. So the stopwatch value is going to be really big for us. If I thought it was going to be a longer game, I would probably opt in for, you know, like the cleaver and try to play off the cleaver value when it's eventually completed. But this is just a very high value. Might go for the Lux too, but it's a bit hard to get on her. But I might track her a bit, see if she takes a greedy path. And yeah, that's how we want to play. Be very conservative with your abilities. Ooh, she wasn't shielding there. That was actually a kill right there for us. Be really aware of who's strong in the enemy team too. You want to think about that kind of information. Alright, it looks like we gave up a bit of kills. A bit of a throw, if I would say so myself, but honestly not too hard to end this one out as long as we go down mid. Make sure we keep it clean. All that we have to really do is technically auto the Nexus a couple times. I think I greeted a bit much there. I should just kept autoing the Nexus instead of diving in with my team. They might be able to get dragged, but we should be able to cleanly end the game on our timers. We just have to wait for everyone to res, and then we go in, cleanly push out down the mid wave and just end. So mistake here would be for us to try to like fight them again quick. Instead, we should just aim to go slow and fight them down mid. Make sure we don't die, we don't get caught out at this point. It's really important. Very important fundament. No, we just go down mid. It's not about pushing inhibs or anything like that. It's just about going down mid as a unit and just fighting. We're just gonna ulti. Catch out the Viego. He's the final person. Now we just go down and push the wave. Don't get baited by trying to siege. If it's an open nexus and you have inhibs down, it's definitely always better to just go down the lane and try to end if you're strong. Trying to siege and time waves is just an opportunity for the enemy team to catch you. So we don't play that kind of game. We just go for the kill. Here we're just going to tunnel the Darius. Just auto nexus. I don't want to stay in this game for too long. And GG. Good game, guys. Hope you liked that video. There was more of an in-depth video of me, you know, just kind of talking about, you know, everything you really need to do as a Rek'sai. So I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Leave some things in the comment about what you kind of want from, like, you know, next videos and stuff like that. Hope you guys liked it. Have a good day and take care.